Hi, everybody, and thank you for taking a few minutes to join the video today. Today's topic is really important. For those of you who aren't aware, over the past 4 weeks, we've had a client survey open. And for those of you who participated, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you very much. We really appreciate your input. About half of our clients did participate, which I would have liked to see 100%, but for industry standards, it's really, really good. So I appreciate it. For those of you in business, you'll understand this. For those of you that aren't, maybe you will, maybe you won't, but there's not a single business I know that doesn't want to please and delight its clients, customers, whatever you call them. We exist because of you, our clients. And the only way that we know how to tailor what we do is to ask. I started the company 25 years ago with an idea based on how I wanted to be served. When I was making my own money, investing, real estate, tax, all those type of things. When I was in the military, I couldn't find people that would serve me the way that I wanted to. And so that's how the business started. But it's not about me. It's about you. That's how it started. But what we try to do is stay in tune with what you all are looking for, what is valuable to you, what's important to you, and provide that to you, assuming it's legal, ethical, moral, and all those type of things. But we really rely on you. So thank you for filling out our survey. I know it can be a little long at times, but it's the only way. I don't know of any other way other than to ask what is important of you and what you would like us to do for you. We do take it seriously. We've done this type of survey many times over the years, and we do make changes as we can to what we're doing. If the majority of people look for something, just like anything in life, there's going to be sort of 10% of the people on this end of the spectrum, 10% of the people on this spectrum, and 80% in the middle. So we're not going to be able to please everybody every time, but we do aim to set that sort of middle to capture the majority of people so that we can provide a great service for them. So just kind of start off with a summary, great results, overall positioning, the overwhelming majority, 98, 95, 98% of people think we're doing a great job and are highly satisfied with what we do. They value what we provide and feel like we're providing good value for what we do. Although I'm going to get into some things. I mean, we're not perfect, and the scale is on a scale of 1 to 5. And so the majority of our ratings were in the 4.6 to 4.8 range. I think it's unrealistic to be 5 on everything. I know when I fill out these surveys for companies, I always pick at least 1 or 2 things to tell them to improve. But I would like to continue to try to improve. Another key element of the survey was it was evident that the majority of people, about 92%, are willing to refer BlueSky, and we thank you for that. I know a lot of you have referred people over the years, and we really appreciate it. We don't do a lot of advertising. In fact, we don't do any advertising. It's just not a great way, I think, to allocate our resources. I'd rather hire smart people to serve you guys than spend a lot on advertising. And so we are dependent on our clients to refer their friends, family, colleagues, things like that. We don't ask directly for referrals. I don't like it, the sort of forward approach. That's just not the way our culture is. But in an environment like this, we do mention that we are dependent on client referrals. And I love to refer people. I referred people, in fact, just yesterday, I referred a plumber and an HVAC company that I've had really good success with over the years to somebody. I love referring restaurants. I'll refer, websites. I'm happy to refer. And what the interesting thing about that is I get no benefit from that whatsoever other than helping a friend. The beauty when our clients refer someone to us, it's not only do they get the satisfaction of helping a friend and being helpful, being a good community member, a family member, neighbor, colleague, whatever, but it also benefits you. Um, as I said in my video about announcing our new partners at BlueSky, I started this firm 25 years ago by myself. And there's no way we could provide you the breadth and depth of services that we do today to the number of people that we do if we didn't grow. It's just kind of a fact of life. And having people refer their friends and family over the years has enabled us to grow. It enables us to provide more services to you. It enables us to hire better quality people. It enables us to upgrade our technology, all those kind of things. So once again, we really appreciate it. It does come back in the form of benefit to you when you refer. So enough on that. I want to go through some of the results of the survey with you. And I want to let you know what most people said or what kind of some of the trends were, because I want you to make sure that if, for example, you see or I say that people value this service and you're not getting it, well, ask. Is there some disconnect? Did you not know we provide that? Is there something? So that's why I want to share the results with you. It's not to say how great we are, how wonderful we are. It's to let you know what the results were. So if there's something that we do that you're not taking advantage of, that you ask about it, and also to let you know those things that we heard from you that we're going to make some improvement on. So without further ado, let's jump right in. Number one, those valued services, what people felt was very valuable that we provide. Number one was understanding your needs and goals. That is really, really important to us. And we're glad that that was the number one thing that people value, is that we understand your needs and goals. Number two was responsiveness. Same thing. We pride ourselves on responsiveness. We have certain criteria to respond to emails. Even if we don't have the answer, I want our staff to respond to you and say, hey, we got your email. We don't know the answer yet, but we'll get back to you. Or phone calls. We still have a person answer the phone. If you call and you get a voice message, it's because it's 2 a.m. or we are literally overwhelmed. But there is 7 or 8 people whose phone, we have an old-fashioned phone that sits on the desk, and 7 or 8 people's phone ring every time someone calls, so that someone is available to answer that phone call. So we do pride ourselves on the email as well as phone responsiveness. Sense of security. You said you valued the way that we provide a sense of security to you, and peace of mind. Sense of security, peace of mind, kind of the same topic. And the last, well, not the last one, but the top 5. I'm just going to go over the top 5. Was that personalized service? And yes, thank you very much. We do aim to provide personalized service. Everything we do and the way our culture is set up is we tell people, customize the advice, personalize the advice, not the process. So the process that lives behind the scenes that you don't see enables our advisors and enables our client service people to focus on you as the client and personalize that service. So that's important to us too. As far as the services that people thought were important, number one, investment management. And that is something that we never forget. While we pride ourselves on a lot of the other services that we provide, investment management, we understand, we hear you, that is very important to you. Financial planning, number 2. Thank you for that, because we believe in financial planning 100%. If you are just investing for the sake of investing, you don't know where you're going, you don't have a tax plan, you don't have an estate plan, you don't have a cash flow plan, all those other plans are meaningless even if your portfolio is doing well. So financial planning, number 2, take advantage of that. Tax planning. We have we have several CPAs on staff. Almost every one of our advisors is now an enrolled agent, which is an IRS designation similar to CPA or tax attorney. in tax court. We have invested heavily in our tax preparation and tax planning capabilities, and we will continue to do so. You said that was important, and we believe it is too. Next one, real estate. This is something that I've been an investor for many, many years, and we, over the past 5 or 6 years, have put together a full real estate investment program for our clients. And those of you taking advantage of it understand what a value that can be. And the majority of people said it was very important to them. The last important service people selected is estate planning. Once again, we don't think estate planning is merely handing you a business card to an attorney. Now, some of you, your estate plan may be very simple, and that is literally all you need, or LegalZoom or something like that. But for a lot of you, we like to get involved in estate planning, help you work through those decisions, help you work through the complicated legal terminology and all that before going to the estate planning attorney. So yes, we're right on track with that as well. Okay, the next area we asked about was most important in the relationship. What do you value about the relationship with BlueSky? So on that list, investment returns, once again, going back to the importance of the investment. That is very important to a lot of people, and we hear that. We hear that from you, we understand that, and work every day to improve that. In fact, we just switched to a brand new, much more expensive but robust trading software that will allow us to better manage the tax position of your portfolios, as well as to optimize the portfolios. It's a wonderful system. We just switched over April 1st to enhance our investment capability, especially in the after-tax return realm. Number 2, team approach. Thank you for that. We invest a lot in the team approach. You know, everybody has, generally speaking, not actually, I take that back. Not everybody. Some clients or situations very simple, and they just have one advisor. But the overwhelming majority of you have an advisory team of at least 2. Some people have 3 advisors joining the meeting. It can get a little crowded, but we think it's worth it. And then everybody has we have a client service team also that handles all the Schwab paperwork, all the administrative function, the relationship. And I think it's very important. For those of you that knew me way back when we started, having David do all the paperwork and all the trading and all the communication and all the planning, that is not a good way to function. We believe in the team approach, and evidenced by your answers, you do as well. So we're going to keep that. We're going to keep investing in our team. You also mentioned that you like working with similar clients. That is something that we try to do. It's hard. We get referrals from all over the place. We get clients of all different walks and backgrounds, but we do have a group of people that we try to serve that are somewhat similar. Our executive type clients, that work at corporations, executives, managers, those type of people at the corporations. Of course, our small business owners are a big part of what we do, and our medical professionals, and then of course our retirees also. So we do try to focus on clients just like you. You said that was important, that we work with people that are similar, and we are trying to narrow down that scope so that we're not 1 minute focusing on one issue for something that the majority of our clients does not apply to. The next thing, range of services. Absolutely, that's important to us too. That was one of my goals with starting BlueSky, was sort of a one-stop shop. We can handle all your planning needs here. We don't have an attorney on staff yet, but that is on the roadmap. Next several 3-5 years, I don't know when it's going to happen, but that is something that we want to do, is to have that attorney right on staff to do those estate plans. But other than that, the range of services, what we can handle for you, pretty much runs the gamut of anything to do with money. We can advise and help you with. The last big area I want to cover with you this morning of your responses was how you measure value. Once again, progress towards goals. Number 1, people want to know how they're doing towards their goals. We get that. we believe that's important too. One of the things we're working on, it's not yet available. Believe it or not, the technology in our industry, I think, the investment returns are very important, as you said, and across the industry, but the software and the reporting tools and some of those type of things in our industry, I think is a little too much weighted towards just the investment returns. Our new portal has all the investment information you could possibly ever imagine for that, but it's still lacking in some of the goal. I'd like to see more robust goal planning, more robust, where am I on my savings target? Where am I on my target to retire? Those type of interactive type tools. Where, how am I progressing? Do you have a task list? Those type of things. Unfortunately, we're working on it, but those are not yet up to par. But we understand your number one measure of value shows progress towards goal. We try to keep that in the forefront. Number two was that sense of security and peace of mind. Every time I walk into a client meeting, and what I talk to my advisors about is when that client leaves the meeting, they should feel better when they came in with a sense of security and peace of mind. If they will execute the strategies that we lay out for them, they should have a better sense of security and peace of mind. Our strategy, our fiduciary responsibility to you for 25 years now, we've taken clients from just getting those plans together to accomplishing great things in 25 years and shorter amounts of time. But that's what we pride ourselves on, is laying out those plans that give you that peace of mind and sense of security that where you want to go, you can get there if you just follow our advice. Number three, how you measure value is knowledge of that personal situation. Absolutely, that's very important to us. You can't see it, but in the background, we have extensive systems and processes to make sure that we document every little nook and cranny of your personal financial situation that you let us know about. If you don't let us know about it, we can't document it, we can't plan for it, we can't remember it, we can't bring it up in the future. But rest assured, we have vast personalization of all of our clients and all the data behind it in systems to be able to plan for it, to be able to bring up those topics to you when the appropriate time comes about. We have, as an engineer, I've designed a system in the background that brings up every conceivable topic, different ages that you hit. When you hit different ages in your life, it automatically creates tasks for our advisors to address with you on a periodic basis, on a calendar basis, constantly bringing up tasks that our advisors are required to address with you on a personalized basis. And then the last thing, once again, is measurement of value was those investment returns. We understand that we can't control it completely, but we do strive to maximize the investment returns for an appropriate amount of risk. One of the reasons we brought in our real estate program is we think it's a great way to enhance your returns without adding on a tremendous amount of risk or volatility. It removes the whole stock market equation from the portfolio. We think that is a great enhancement. Now, the last thing I want to talk about is some other comments, some things that people said, maybe some trends that I'd like to address. Number one, advisor change. Hey, we get it. People don't want to change advisors. We have process and systems set up in place to try to minimize that, but it happens. Over time, people's career changes. People change their mind. Actually, a lot of our advisors, this is their second career. It's my second career. It's Madeline's second career. Christy's second career. John's second career. Tara's second career. Almost every one of our senior advisors, it's their second career. On the flip side of that is you also have people leaving the advisor profession to go do a second career. Especially, and I've noticed amongst younger people or people that are new into the profession, they don't exactly know what they want to do or what they're looking for. And so there is some natural turnover. Just society in general Maybe certainly my parents, my father worked for he worked for the federal government for 43 years. He had one job. He started when he was like 18 years old and worked his way up, went to college at night or whatever, had one job his whole life. That is just not a reasonable expectation today. As wonderful a place a Blue Sky is to work, people change their mind. People want a change of environment. People's family situation changes. A lot of different things, and so some of that is out of our control. Number two, for those of you that have worked someplace, while my father worked at the same job, the federal government, 43 years, he didn't have the same position for 43 years. He didn't sit at the same desk for 43 years. And so we have a responsibility for advisors coming in is to keep them growing, keep them engaged, keep them motivated about their job. And it's just unrealistic to think someone is going to come in and, at age 25 and work for 40 years with the same job with the same amount of people. Once again, if in a perfect world, would they be that way? But that's just not the way it is. And so, especially amongst our junior advisors, there is going to be some rotation involved. They are looking to take on more responsibility. They're looking to lead client relationships. And so they're not going to be that junior associate advisor forever. They want to progress in their career. And there's no other way to do it other than taking a client they've worked with and saying, okay, well, now you're the lead advisor, and that lead advisor is going to fade away, or taking that junior advisor and moving them off the team and giving them new clients to lead. It's just the way that it works. We also think there's a lot of benefits to you as the client. Number one, getting a fresh look at your situation. It really helps. Advisors we're all not perfect, and we all have our area of focus. For example, I'm really good on tax planning, investing, business, things like that. I don't pay a lot of attention to things like Social Security or Medicare. Madeline, our California office, is really good at that kind of stuff. And so having multiple people involved, getting fresh looks at things is a positive thing for you. It also allows, of course, if one of us wants to go on vacation or go somewhere, to have multiple people on the team. But I recognize we should not be changing advisors, every 6 months for you. And so we are working on ways to minimize that change. At the same time, I just want to make it clear that if you're going to be a client of Blue Sky for 20, 25 years, as we have clients that have been with us the whole time, long tenured clients, that there is going to be some turnover in that. Please talk about that, though. We have, I think, the good thing in the background, we have the systems, processes. As I said, I'm an engineer. We have it designed so no matter who is sitting in front of you, the core functions of your investments, the core functions of your planning, all those things are going to be very similar. The core 80% of what we do is going to be the same from advisor to advisor. Number two thing I wanted to address is a lot of you mentioned, what type of topics do you want us to teach on? And I was really, I think I heard this maybe a little before, but it was really prevalent this time, education for your children. So we have different programs depending on, frankly, what people pay us, different programs for children of clients. So ask your advisor, say, hey, what can you do for my children? A couple things that we did. That's one reason I wrote the book, Invest in Your Life, Not Just Your Portfolio, is we can't work with every single person. Some people can't afford what we charge. Some people, their situation just isn't complicated. So we wrote the book. So get a copy of the book. Ask for a copy. We'll give it to you free to give to your kids. I love educating kids. For those of you that know me, I have 5. And I love teaching about finance, love teaching them, because if they can learn when they're young, man, it's so much better. I learned at a young age and was able to become financially independent, in my early 30s. And it's just a great way to live your life. So yes, I plan to put together some more resources for children, maybe different ages, really young kids, teenagers, young adults, even some of you have children in your 40s and 50s that aren't necessarily able to function on your own. And so we want to provide some resources, some videos, maybe some white paper, some handouts, things like that. But I heard you loud and clear. We're going to try to work on that. But in the interim, check with your advisor, ask them, hey, my children, they're this age, or that age, whatever. What is available for my service level for my children? And we'll be glad to tell you. The last thing I want to talk about is the investments. It's kind of funny because my first career was jumping out of airplanes, blowing things up, getting shot at, going to foreign countries, and being sort of the pointy end of the spear of the U.S. Military. I loved it. It's very dangerous. I lost a lot of friends doing what I do. Very risk-seeking behavior, I guess, if you will. I also, for those who don't know, I drive a race car. Very risky type of thing. But when it comes to investing, though, it's kind of funny. I'm the opposite. I prefer a more conservative approach. Tried and true. What works? Not a lot of crazy ideas. We're not going to jump into Bitcoin when it first comes out. We're not going to jump on the latest fad and trend. Very conservative approach. However, I do know how to be more aggressive. I have tried everything in my investing career, everything from stock options, futures, gold, futures, as I said, real estate. I've developed real estate, raw land, income producing properties, like all kinds of stuff. So I know how to do that. And I think one of the things that people have been asking, not everybody, don't get concerned. Our core portfolios are still going to stay the same, but we're going to start developing some investment strategies for those of you that have asked for it, something more aggressive, something more reactive to what's going on. That is not going to be for everybody. It's not appropriate. We believe it's very difficult to change the portfolio and outperform the market over time. But for those of you that would like to try, we're going to work on putting together some strategies for that. Like I said, it's not a change to our philosophy or our core portfolios, but I did notice there was a fair amount of comments on the survey, maybe 20% of you that would like some more aggressive investment strategies. And so we're going to work on that for you. If you have any other questions about the survey or other feedback, maybe you didn't have a chance to do the survey. We understand life's busy. Give your advisor feedback. We'll get you a paper copy of the survey or something if you want to give your feedback to us. We're always open to feedback from you. As I said in the beginning, for those of you that filled out the survey, once again, thank you very much. And for all of you, we do take the input seriously. We can't always do everything that you want, but certainly if we see a trend and the majority of people or a certain percentage of people are asking for something, we will do our best to add that service or modify the way we do things to meet those needs. So once again, thank you for spending a few minutes here with me today on this topic. If you have any other input, please don't hesitate to reach out to myself directly or your advisory team.